dog tale. Several appearances of black dog in Irish folklore. According to T.J. Westrop in his A Folklore Survey of County Clare, a black dog extra. There are several appearances of the black dog in Irish folklore. T.J. Westrop, in his A Folklore Survey of County Clare, documents the story which directly inspired the one that's called Black Dog of Cratloe. He writes, "Many believed they had seen the apparition, which used to often accompany the stair coach and the mail car. I was present at its first telling, before they heard from our old servant, Mrs. Julia McHugh, of a local belief. A large, black, shadowy dog seemed to run upon the moonlit water, first to one side and then to the other of the carriage, and was more than once lashed at by the driver. It disappeared near where the road ascends from the low marshy Caucasus along the foot of the Cratloe Hills. Julia McHugh, a woman of wide local knowledge, at once explained the apparition and said the omen was good if the dog ran alongside, but bad if he leaped at the carriage or the horses." Now, I found this on Spooky Isles Book of Horror, where they have several different authors talking about different myths and legends and folklore, and this came from Tracy Fahey. And she also goes on to say that Westrop's account is one of several recorded in the southwest. And there is another that mentions the black dog of Formangate in Limerick City, which is where Tracy lives. And she said that all of these accounts have several features in common, that the black dog is larger than normal dogs. And when I did some research around the black dog, it made the dog look like it was possibly the same size as an Irish wolfhound, so coming up to about the waist height of a female is the example they gave of a human being. But I'm making assumptions because I put a silhouette, so maybe it was a short man. But I was also comparing it to the dog. But again, dogs come in different sizes, don't they? So there are some extremely large dogs and that are naturally with us. She also mentions about how Samuel Johnson refers to the black dog as his metaphor for his struggles with a depressive order, and that Winston Churchill also refers to it because it's a striking image to hold in your head and one that's easy for people to understand. Now, I did look up this Folklore Survey of County Clare. For those of you that are interested, Thomas Johnson Westrop has got 20 chapters in this survey, and there's quite a number of different topics that he covers. He covers banshees, the death coach, fairies and fairy thoughts, will-o'-the-wisps and corpse lights, water spirits and merfolk, ghosts and haunted houses, supernatural animals, which I'm going to guess that the black dog is in the supernatural animals. And he also mentions a number of different beasts that people would have come across in County Clare. There are some bulls, by Roslara Castle, there's the ghostly bulls, you've got water cattle, puckers and horses in County Clare. There's a dog that haunts the road between Carrickholt and Ross in the long peninsula of the Iras. And he mentions another dog that accompanies a human ghost on its nightly patrol between the railway bridge and the cemetery in Drumcliff. Now, if any of you have come across any of these stories in your own experience, please do comment and share. I would be interested to know whether these black dogs are in your area. Obviously, if you're in Cornwall, there are a number of black dogs down there, and if you're in Devon, then you've got the Dartmoor ones, and I'm sure there's probably some up on Exmoor as well, because they seem to be a image that is used amongst the people who live on the moors. I would quite like to know where those origin stories come from. Do they come from the Wild Hunt, or are they from those earlier tales of black dogs that are the guardians of the gateway? Be lovely to find out from you. Let me know, and I look forward to hearing from you on the podcast or info@thedandelion.co.uk. Thank you for listening to this episode of the Cauldron of Curiosities. If you enjoyed this dip into folklore, don't forget to follow the podcast, share it with a friend, and keep your lantern handy for the next curious tale.